Go.
Do you see this? It says storyteller or storybook.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome aboard. My name is Dora, and I'm going to be your captain and storyteller aboard the SSD today. Just a few friendly reminders before we start our story that for your safety, we ask that you please remain seated, keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times, and please supervise children so our story doesn't face any unexpected turns. Now, most people will travel the stories through the pages of the book, but when doing so in person, the methods are a bit more magical or even menacing. However, as I like to say, when there's a whale, there's a way. And while it may seem like we're being swallowed by the jaws and claws from the whale, the very same whale that swallowed Pinocchio, don't worry, he's simply helping to transport us to the magical world of Storybook Land. Now we begin as all good stories do with once upon a time, so there was a big bad wolf who lived in the cave coming up on our left-hand side. He's always chasing after the three little pigs who live across the way in their three houses on the right. One made of straw, one made of sticks, and one made of 100% guaranteed wolf-proof brick. And just around the riverbank, our story is already taking quite a strange turn. For coming up on our left-hand side, you'll soon see a quaint English village where a little girl named Alice lives. One golden afternoon, she decided to follow the white rabbit down the rabbit hole, and down she fell into Wonderland, where things only became curiouser and curiouser. But if Wonderland isn't your cup of tea, look no further than the second star to your right, and you'll see Aladdin's park where Peter Pan and the darling children first took flight. With Duke, Puff, and Pixie Dust, and Cinderella, they were all off to Neverland, where they would never ever have to grow up. And just one jump ahead, we have the city of Agrabah, and the very same market street rat named Aladdin, first in the heart of Princess Jasmine. Serving two different worlds, the home of their friends on blue carpet and beach. True love prevailed, and they lived happily ever after in the Sultan's palace. Love blooms in places like these, just like the roses that bloom in the golden archways above us. In fact, these are the very same archways that Jasmine and Aladdin went flying over under a sideways street on their magic carpet ride to a whole new world. And while these stories have their pages full of hope and light, they have their pages of mystery as well, such as the Cave of Wonders, which is home to many treasures, including a magical lamp, which is the home of an all-powerful genie. Now the legend has it that if you really genie from his lamp or granted 3 wishes, but who knows? Maybe if you make a wish right now, it might even come true. Snow White looked for a safe place to stay after fleeing from her mother, the evil queen, and came across the cottage on the page to our right. Home of the treasure toys, granted her shelter and exchange for her kindness. Sometimes you can even hear them working while they work in their mine across the room. And on the page to our left, Cinderella wished to go to the ball, but was forbidden to do so by her wicked stepmother. Thankfully, her fairy godmother was there to grant her wish, and with a beautiful new ball gown, glass slippers, she made her way up to the castle where she spent the night dancing with her Prince Charming. Now Cinderella had so much fun at the ball that she stayed until the stroke of midnight, when her carriage turned back into a pumpkin that can be seen up on the hillside today. And while magic might have its limits, thankfully true love does not, as Cinderella and her prince were reunited and they lived happily ever after. So, wishes here in Storybook Land are often inspired by dreams, whether these are dreams of happily ever after, or the dreams one may have when they're falling asleep amongst rolling hills of patchwork plants. Just like the one on our left-hand side, inspired by the 1933 Storybook Land cartoon, Lullaby Land. There's magic everywhere here in Storybook Land, although we haven't had our miniature plants, and they are all real. However, thanks to the help of Cinderella and her Casita, they will never grow up and will continue to stay this little forever and ever. Now, I've heard some stories about some pretty bad drivers, but none of them fully escape out of this code. Through the manor we are approaching on our left-hand side. We can try and knock, but it doesn't look like he's home right now. Mr. Toad is usually elsewhere in Fantasyland, off on a wild ride to nowhere.
Giant duck.
And just past Toad Hall, we have the Kingdom of Arendelle, where Queen Elsa's Ice Palace is atop the first story. In here, that her sister Anna and their sisters Olaf, Kristoff, and Starkler, who sincerely loves to thaw a frozen heart. Meanwhile, our Alpine village across the way, with Carver Geppetto leads him on a Starbird's puppet to become a real boy. After Pinocchio saved them both from the jaws of Monster the Whale, the Blueberry was more than happy to make their dreams come true. And our final story begins when a little mermaid named Ariel traded her wings for a pair of legs and took her first shaky steps on land to become a part of our world. Another story ends on land to our right, Princess, Castle by Disney. It begins to our left, for behind our waterfall, you might look again to Atlantica, over Sawdust and Price Better, Disney Brown, Flounder, and Fast, and